So today I wanted to go over with you guys the Jeep branded M49 Adventure Series rooftop tent from Freespirit Recreation. So you guys have seen other tents that I've used in the past, and I recently switched to this one, and I wanted to give you guys kind of an overview of it. So there's a lot of different models of rooftop tents to choose from. Freespirit Recreation has several different styles and varieties. I'm going to show you an overview of this and what I like about the Jeep Adventure Series M49. So first of all, the Jeep branding, right? Because that's just freaking cool. And if you have a Jeep, it's just completely awesome to have a rooftop tent that's branded the same as your Jeep. The second thing about this particular model is the cover comes completely off, and you can either stow it, or I use it as a cover over some of my other gear that I set outside of my Jeep overnight. Another awesome thing about this cover is there's ample room underneath it, so you can leave your bedding, your pillows, extra blankets, and the ladder for the tent stowed underneath the cover on top of the tent, which I really like because that frees up room inside my Jeep that I can put other things. All right, so I'm gonna pull this cover off and show you guys how easy that is. So I just loosen these straps and then unsnap the clips from the underneath side. I'll unclip these corner Fastex buckles, and I'm gonna go all the way around the tent and undo the complete cover. So I just toss that up on top, and now I'll go around the other side. The easiest thing for me to do is just stow it right underneath the Jeep. The next thing I'll do is grab the ladder off the top. So the first step in setting it up is I'm actually going to put the ladder on the opposite side, and because my Jeep's tall enough, this will just help me set up this side of the tent. Once the ladder is attached, I'll come up here and start to erect the tent. So first, I'm going to reach up inside, and I'm going to find this first cross member. And I'm going to extend the tent with my hands until I can connect the bar. Then I can push it up the next segment. This pole up here is kept in place with a Velcro keeper, so I'll just swing it out, down, and again I want to support the tension of the tent with my hand while I put the clip in place. And that's it. At that point, the tent is pretty much set up. We've got one more thing to attach on the other side. So now we're going to open up the final piece, which is this eave right here. So I just pull it out, and I'm going to unclip this pole, and I'm just going to guide this right up into where it clips up here, and then I'm just going to slide it over and let it tension itself out, and I'll straighten it up. Now the tent's nice and tight and ready to use. All right, let's show you guys what I have inside it. Try to get out of the shadow. So inside the tent, I already have my sleeping bag and then this extra whoopee here. So that stuff just stays stowed in the tent, so it's all ready to go once I pop up the tent. There's nice gear stowage pockets here for things like your phone, wallet, keys, miscellaneous things. One thing that's really nice about this tent is this reflective lining, and this does a really good job of reflecting the heat of the sun back out, but also in the wintertime retaining heat inside the tent, reflecting heat back in. The other benefit to the reflective coating on the tent is that it does a really good job of diffusing or blocking the outside light. Right now the tent is sitting in full sun, and you can see it's actually fairly dark inside here. So that's nice for if you want to sleep a little longer when the morning sun hits the tent. The tent is really well ventilated with vent screens on each end and each side. So you can get a nice breeze, nice airflow through the tent when it's really warm. So when I lay on my back stretched out in the tent, I've got about 3 inches of room at my feet and a couple of inches at my head. If you're much taller than 6'2", you might want to consider the M55 model, which is 55 inches wide as opposed to the M49, which is 49 inches wide. modification that you might want to do to the M49 Adventure Series tent is relocate the bracket for the ladder, which I just did. It comes from the factory in the center of the tent, and I just relocated it towards the rear of the tent so I can still get in and out my rear passenger door. So the M49 Adventure Series tent, what it has to offer is really fast and easy setup. Literally the longest part of setting this tent up is just taking the cover on and off. It's probably like under 2 minutes to actually set up the tent itself. And then I'd say maybe another 2 to 3 minutes to pull the cover off. And then probably a minute or two longer to tear it all back down. So maybe like 5 to 7 minutes to stow it away, something like that, once you get the hang of it. So the Adventure Series rooftop tents, the M49 and M55, are a quick to set up, lightweight, and extremely comfortable option for rooftop tent camping. So that's Coyote Works overview on the M49 Jeep Adventure Series rooftop tent from Freespirit Recreation. You can hit up Freespirit Recreation at gofsr.com, or feel free to comment, ask me any questions you have. Now, I'm going to collapse this thing and head back home so I can start editing down this video. Coyote Works out. One last check, all the buckles, and we're good. She's all buttoned up and ready to go.